iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
We're already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. This defense for the Packers, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Hall again on 2nd down. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, 26.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The Packers in a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one. They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. A give running right is Hall. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
All again on 2nd down. And he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. See the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to.
Sammy Watkins, he's going to go. Touchdown, Packers. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. He's going to look deep for more. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 25 yards that time. Up the middle, Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. On play action, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Jets are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throw right side, Wilson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
Credit the defense there to Quay Walker, getting behind the line of scrimmage before they could rip off any sort of a gain.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That gain of 15 gets them on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give it that lane.
I guess I need to clarify. I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Back to the ground with Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are once again back in front.
Flacco looking to throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Now it's Rodgers.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 44-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Rodgers now to throw.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
Christian Watson
with his first career NFL touchdown as they have taken the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Play action. Flacco.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. After the sack on first down, Rodgers. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Brandon Echols. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 15. Straight ahead is Hall.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Operating off play action, Flacco. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, Charles, he was so close to halftime there. He threw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw again on 2nd down, Rodgers.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Crosby with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. From way up at the 23.
Barring throwing a flag. Final play here for Flacco and company. Gonna look deep for Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Give to Hall running right. And he's got, and now the rookie's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and deficit stays right where it is. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. On first down, Rodgers. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Catch made by Watson on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. On play action, now Rodgers. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the Jets force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now Hall to start the drive. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. 89 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Hall again on second down.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Flacco off play action. He finds Corey Davis. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, You have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. He's got him in, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. On the counter, it's Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here. And the ball is loose. Dillon lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And that's going to be caught downfield by Lazard. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 26 and a first down. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's Jermaine Johnson stopping that play before it begins, dropping it for a loss. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's got room. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, 66 yards. And the Jets are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get him.
And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke because, all right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On second down, it's Jones. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. On play action, Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Boy, 199 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, 30 yards. And the Jets are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. All again on 2nd down. Down to the 25. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Out to the right here to Wilson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll run with Hall. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Caught by Jones. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, whoa, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers under pressure. They got him again. A safety with a sack there. LaMarcus Joyner.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Big yardage that time for the Jets. 44 yards on the ground.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll go again with Hall.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
No.
And they take a knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Jets, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now.
And they'll try for a better outcome next week as they head to D.C. to take on the Washington Commanders.
I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish.